Hello to all my pity pals. I hit 1,000 subscribers this week. That's a lot of pity pals. I assume you all are pity pals and not binge watching my cooking tutorials. And for anybody who doesn't know already, Puddles will be performing on August 15th. That's the first live show. Voting will be after the show on the 15th, and then on the 16th is when they broadcast the results show live. I am going to try and live stream my reaction to the live shows. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of that together in time, since it's just in a few days. I have a microphone on order. I don't know if it's going to get here in time. But I'll try. We'll see. If not, then I'll just record it like I did my last two and post them later in the week. So on to questions. Sarah, are you glad that Puddles got through to the live shows? You don't look very excited. Do I look excited now? How about now? No? Yeah, excitability really isn't written into my DNA. It's just kind of the way I am. If you want to see me jumping around screaming, you'd have to put a spider down my back or something like that. But please don't put a spider down my back. I am happy that my friend is getting some of the recognition that he deserves. And I am happy that so many people are learning about him and joining the party, all of you new people. For that, I am very excited, even though I don't really look it in the ways that most people would understand. I express myself more by making things than by screaming or jumping up and down. What do you think of Heidi Klum's comments on Puddles' last performance? Well, one thing that you have to understand, and I know this from personal experience, is that not everybody is going to get Puddles. Some people, you could sit them down, have them watch a dozen Puddles videos, and they'll just say like, yeah, so. They just don't get it. And sometimes they'll get it halfway, where they know that it's a good voice, but they don't get the clown. They say, why clown? They think it's a gimmick. It just never really connects with them. And that's completely fine. People are wired differently. They have different preferences. They like different things. People are different. There's nothing wrong with that. However, Heidi is a judge on a talent show. And as a judge, she should have some semblance of objective reasoning. She was judging hundreds of people who have been working their butts off for years and years, some of them decades, honing their craft and trying to catch a break. And out of all of these acts, her favorite was a chicken pecking at a lighted keyboard. Heidi, you know a chicken will peck at anything that moves, right? That's not talent, that's just a chicken being a chicken. But no, this is amazing. This is my favorite act. This is the act that I want to have a headlining show in Las Vegas. Seriously? I mean, can you just see the marquee? Blue Man Group, Wayne Newton, chicken banging its head against a keyboard for an hour. Which show do you want to see? I just think it's ridiculous. But fortunately, her opinion doesn't mean diddly squat now. It's up to America if they want to put him through or not. Which song do you think Puddles is going to sing next? You know, at this point, I really have no idea what he's going to sing. But I think the song selection is going to come down to time constraints and licensing. As awesome as it would be for him to go out there and sing Pinball Wizard, I don't see him being able to sing any of his mashups because of licensing. Because NBC does have to pay licensing fees on the songs that they use on that show. And for the mashups, they'd have to be doing that for 2 songs instead of 1. And for the couple songs that Puddles sings that has a verse of Let It Go in it, Disney, that ain't happening. But honestly, I don't think it matters at all what song he sings. He can nail anything. I think what it's going to come down to is how he's able to connect with the audience. And I don't mean the audience sitting there in the studio, I mean the audience watching at home. Because there was one thing about his performance on the Judge Cut shows that just seemed a little off to me. And it was one of those things like when somebody takes something off of your workspace and you go in and you can see that something is missing, but you're not exactly sure what. And it took me a little while to put my finger on it, but it was that during his entire performance, he didn't once look into the camera, which for Puddles is odd. If you watch any of his YouTube videos, he's always looking directly at the camera. And I think that's part of the reason why people connect so deeply with him. Even though he's on the other side of the screen, he's always singing right to you. So I think for him to be able to connect with the people who are watching and voting, he's really going to have to focus on the camera. So it'll be very interesting to see both what he sings and how he sings it. And for those of you who have not followed Puddles on social media yet, he has added a ton of tour dates. He has almost the entire month of November booked out already. We've got New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., North Carolina, Georgia. Go look on his webpage. He's adding new dates all the time. I'll put the link down in the description. Also put it right here since some of you don't seem to know where the description is. And just a side note about ticket sales, when it says that the pre-sale starts on whatever date and you have to put a code in to get that earlier date, those codes come from the venue. So if you're looking for a pre-sale code, you want to follow your venue on Twitter and Facebook. Puddles will retweet those when and if he sees them, but if you're trying to get in as fast as possible, venue. And I want to give a quick shout out to Martin Blair, who it seems is doing a lot of footwork and making a lot of phone calls trying to get Puddles up to some venues in Canada. That's the way to do it. I see a lot of people complaining that Puddles never comes to their area. Well, chances are because none of the venues in your area have expressed any interest in having him there. So if you have a venue in your area that you think would be a good fit for Puddles, contact him and let him know. Say, hey, we want to see the clown. You never know how far that'll go. If they get enough birdies tweeting at them, they might just look up. So that's all I have for now. Don't forget to watch Tuesday. Don't forget to vote. I might post a little tutorial on how to vote, like on Sunday or Monday, because I've personally never voted on America's Got Talent, and I'm not really sure how, so I'll look that up and I'll share it with you guys. But until then, talk to you later.